Welcome to the Tim Booker channel, where wisdom is worth spreading. Wishing you a pleasant listening experience. Today, I will interpret Sleep, which is about the sleep revolution. In approximately 22 minutes, I will share the essence of the book with you, focusing on how to make sleep more efficient and use it as a tool to enhance your intellect and physicality. In recent years, sports science has been rapidly advancing, and experts have started paying attention to various aspects that can improve people's lives, including nutrition, timing, healthy hydration, and physical and mental well-being. Research and experimentation in these areas have become increasingly common. However, one critical aspect, sleep, has been consistently overlooked and not given the attention it deserves. You might be surprised to learn about the profession of sleep coaches. Yes, it's true. Nick, the author of this book, coined the term sleep coach for himself. Back in the 1990s, he discovered that even top sports organizations and teams did not pay enough attention to their athletes' sleep. Nick understood the significant impact of good sleep on a person's work and life, so he decided to take action and help athletes optimize their sleep. This led him to embark on this interesting and unique career path. Unlike a person's private bedroom, where others are usually not allowed, sleep coaches are invited into the rooms of some famous athletes. The author describes how some of these players' homes are exquisitely decorated, filled with various high-end furnishings and pillows, while others have a more casual vibe with all sorts of ordinary items. Despite the different styles, one common feature is that the rooms are generally brightly lit, just as good as the lighting in jewelry stores. Interestingly, Nick once encountered a player whose bedroom temperature was set at 32 degrees Celsius, resembling a sauna. Surprisingly, many athletes have similar situations because they are unaware of how their seemingly ordinary habits can affect their sleep. No one has ever explained to them what kind of environment is most suitable. For example, an indoor temperature of around 17 degrees Celsius is considered more conducive to sleep. The author of this book is Nick Littlehals, the former president of the UK Sleep Association and a sports sleep coach for the English Premier League's Manchester United. He has also provided sleep guidance to the NBA, the British Olympic team, and Real Madrid Football Club. Many sports stars, including football legend David Beckham, have benefited from his sleep program, leading to improved sleep quality and enhanced performance in training and competitions. The sleep revolution introduced in this book is based on the author's groundbreaking R90 sleep plan, which he developed over 30 years of sleep science research. This plan has garnered recognition from the sports and business communities and can be considered an ideal approach to achieving efficient sleep. In the following sections, I will discuss how to create an appropriate sleep environment, explain the R90 sleep plan, and provide insights into pre- and post-sleep considerations. Let's delve into the significance of sleep, a vital process in our lives. Let's start with the first part, how to create an appropriate sleep environment. Nick mentions that we often engage in activities that hinder our sleep, and these details are often overlooked. For instance, the standby indicator light on the LCD television in the bedroom remains lit 24/7. The phone charger is continuously plugged into the bedside socket, and there might be a reflective glass water cup on the bedside table. You may wonder how these seemingly ordinary things could affect our sleep. To answer this, let's imagine a scenario where we are suddenly on a deserted island. We'd spend our days without phones, computers, or watches. When the sun sets and the temperature drops, we'd build a fire, chat, stargaze, and when tired, we'd sleep. The next day, we'd naturally wake up and repeat the cycle. This lifestyle, following the natural day-night rhythm, reflects the circadian rhythm of humans. Now, let's compare this primitive lifestyle with modern civilization and our living environments, particularly our bedrooms. Do you feel how far removed it is from the simple island existence? Unlike our ancestors, our environment is now surrounded by various electronic devices emitting light, like indicator lights on appliances and phone screens. Normally, our bodies secrete 5 to 10 times more melatonin, a hormone that helps induce sleep, during the night. However, the influence of modern lighting decreases melatonin secretion, leading to sleep disturbances. Hence, Nick emphasizes the importance of creating a suitable sleep environment. He advocates preparing two essential things in the bedroom: appropriate bedding and either an alarm clock or a simulated sunrise wake-up light. Before discussing bedding selection, Nick introduces a recommended sleep position called the fetal sleep position. The key is to lie on your side, with the less important side of your body facing down, the side you tend to use less frequently. For example, if you predominantly use your right hand, you should sleep on your left side, and vice versa. If both hands are equally dominant, consider which side you instinctively use for protection in sleep facing the opposite direction. Once we understand the fetal sleep position, let's move on to choosing suitable bedding, mainly focusing on mattresses. Many people believe that mattresses are like cups and can be universally used regardless of body shape or weight. However, this is a mistaken notion. Even professional mattress salespeople often overlook this. Buying a mattress should be similar to purchasing clothes or shoes, choosing the size that suits you best. The author provides a method: lie down in a fetal sleep position and have someone take a photo of your entire body from the back. Observe the photo. If your head, neck, and spine form a straight line, the mattress is suitable for you. If your head wants to tilt towards the mattress, indicating it's too hard, or if your hips sink into the mattress, causing your head to be elevated, indicating it's too soft. The method mentioned above doesn't involve using a pillow. That's because pillows are meant to assist our sleep, similar to how inserts are used to adjust shoe sizes. The purpose of a pillow is to help us maintain a straight body alignment for better sleep quality. Additionally, when purchasing a mattress, the author advises taking a gradual approach. Rather than spending a large sum on an unsuitable mattress, consider investing in your mattress over 7 years, spending around $2,000 each time. Apart from choosing suitable bedding, we can also consider adding another item in our bedroom, an alarm clock or a simulated sunrise wake-up light. Nick recommends a natural wake-up light that simulates a sunrise. It functions as an alarm clock and gradually wakes you up by simulating sunrise 30 minutes before your set wake-up time. Famous brands like Philips offer such wake-up lights. If you're not ready to invest in the light, a regular clock with a moving second hand and no sound can also suffice. Now, we've covered the first part about creating a sleep environment. In this section, we've understood the natural day-night cycle that has remained constant throughout history and is not influenced by external changes. Remembering this circadian rhythm is crucial to understanding sleep. Additionally, we discussed the 2 factors in creating a sleep environment: choosing appropriate bedding and selecting an alarm clock or a simulated sunrise wake-up light. With the sleep environment set, let's move on to discuss specific methods for adjusting our sleep. Now let's talk about the second part, which introduces Nick's innovative R90 sleep plan. We often hear that 8 hours of sleep is the healthiest, but this view is not scientifically accurate, and very few people can consistently achieve 8 hours of sleep every night. Moreover, 8 hours is an average and may not be suitable for everyone. Each person's sleep needs are different. Some individuals may only require 4 to 6 hours of sleep per night, like UK Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and Yahoo's CEO Marissa Mayer. On the other hand, some people need to sleep for at least 10 hours daily, such as tennis legend Roger Federer and sprinter Usain Bolt. Additionally, sleep requirements vary with different life stages, like children and teenagers, who need more sleep than adults. To address this issue, Nick proposes the innovative R90 sleep theory. The R90 means dividing sleep into 90-minute cycles instead of using the conventional hourly unit for sleep planning. Typically, adults need 4 to 5 sleep cycles each day, which translates to approximately 6 to 7.5 hours of sleep. To implement this method practically, you first determine the time you usually wake up and use that as your daily wake-up time. Then, calculate your sleep time based on 90-minute cycles. For example, if you aim for 5 sleep cycles, equivalent to 7.5 hours, and your wake-up time is 6:30 a.m., you should prepare to sleep around 11 p.m. When starting with the R90 sleep method, it may take some time to adapt. The author suggests beginning with 5 sleep cycles per night and using the R90 method for 7 consecutive days to see how you feel afterward. If you find 5 cycles too much, reduce it to 4, and if you feel it's insufficient, increase it to 6. Through this trial and error, you'll discover the ideal sleep duration that suits you. At that point, you'll feel more confident in controlling your sleep. This concludes the second part, which breaks the misconception of a scientifically fixed 8-hour sleep requirement. Each individual's suitable sleep duration varies, and you can use the R90 method proposed by Nick to find your ideal sleep time. Remember, one sleep cycle is 90 minutes, and you need 4 to 5 cycles per night. By determining your wake-up time and calculating your sleep time in 90-minute cycles, you can find the right duration for yourself and gain control over your sleep. It's that simple. If you still question whether 3 to 4 sleep cycles, 4.5 to 6 hours, per night are enough, you may still be isolating the problem. You are only focusing on nightly sleep duration and not considering the full 24-hour repair process. The time you prepare for sleep and the time you wake up are also part of the sleep process and contribute to restoration. Sure, here's the translation. Alright, now for the final part. Let's talk about how to prepare before going to sleep and how to wake up the body after waking. Perhaps you've experienced this before. Sometimes after hanging out with friends or colleagues, you return home late, past 10 o'clock. So, how can you use the R90 sleep plan to manage your time? It's quite simple. Let's say you've determined your wake-up time as 6:30 a.m. and plan to complete 5 sleep cycles. Ideally, you should sleep at 11 p.m. However, you've just arrived home, and it's not possible to go to bed immediately. So, you should follow the 90-minute cycle and go to sleep at the start of the next cycle, which is at 12:30 a.m. This way, you can at least complete 4 sleep cycles. Now, you might find it strange to sleep 1.5 hours later and worry that you won't feel good the next day. But this issue involves what you do before sleeping and after waking up. The actions and preparations before and after sleep are just as crucial as the actual sleeping time, and sometimes even more important because you can control these periods. Proper preparation before sleep directly impacts the quality of sleep for that night, and your behavior after waking affects your state throughout the day. The ideal situation is to have 90 minutes of pre-sleep adaptation time and the same duration for the wake-up phase. So, going back to the example above, the 4 sleep cycles consist not only of 6 hours of sleep but also a 9-hour-long repair process. Now, let's talk about what to do during the 90 minutes before sleep. This time is to help you ease into sleep, just like how you can't immediately go to bed after eating late at night. It's essential to let the food digest properly. According to the circadian rhythm, the brain usually starts suppressing activities from around 9 or 10 p.m., which is not conducive to food digestion. Eating a heavy meal at night disrupts the body's rhythm and burdens it. Similarly, if you've had intense discussions or encountered stress before sleep, it can affect your sleep as well. So, it's necessary to do things that promote falling asleep. The author provides several examples of pre-sleep preparations, such as tidying up and preparing clothes for the next day, doing household chores, or writing down a list of your thoughts, worries, and concerns to clear your mind. Putting this list near your keys or other essential items for the next day can give you a signal that you've handled all your issues and can rest without any burden. Moving on, the author recommends a small detail for us: breathing through the nose. According to the UK's breathing expert Patrick McEwen in his book, The Oxygen Advantage, mouth breathing significantly increases the occurrence of snoring and sleep apnea. For people with sleep apnea, they repeatedly experience breathing pauses during sleep, leading to oxygen deprivation and frequent waking during the night, severely disrupting sleep. To determine whether you breathe through your nose or mouth during sleep, pay attention to how your mouth feels when you wake up in the morning. If your mouth is dry, it indicates that you breathe through your mouth during the night. If it's still moist, you breathe through your nose. If you find that you don't breathe through your nose, there's no need to worry. The author, Nick, also provides a solution: nasal strips. Before sleeping, use nasal strips to open up your nasal passages, then use a thin, non-allergenic medical tape to seal your mouth shut. This allows you to gradually get used to breathing through your nose during the night. After discussing preparations before sleep, let's talk about what to do after waking up. The reason for doing things before sleep is to improve sleep quality. As mentioned earlier, it's best to leave at least 90 minutes for preparations after waking up. You might think that reserving 90 minutes in the morning is extravagant, but you can factor in the time for your daily commute to work. So, what can you do during this time? First and foremost, don't reach for your phone as soon as you wake up. Your body isn't in the best state at that moment, and your cortisol levels are at their peak. This is also called the cortisol awakening response, and looking at various information on your phone will keep your cortisol levels high, disrupting your body's rhythm. Therefore, it's recommended not to check your phone immediately upon waking. Instead, use an alarm clock or a simulated sunrise wake-up light to help you wake up, which aligns better with the circadian rhythm. After waking up, wait at least 15 minutes before looking at your phone. During this time, you can choose to do some exercise like walking, yoga, or cycling, or engage your brain by listening to audio content like news. The author also suggests a lazy method, especially suitable for weekends when you're resting at home. While on a break, we tend to sleep until we naturally wake up, but that may disrupt the routine we follow during weekdays. However, during the holidays, you can still maintain your regular schedule and let your circadian rhythm function normally. Set the alarm clock as usual and wake up at a fixed time. Then, proceed with your usual activities, like exercise or listening to audio content, and have breakfast. If desired, you can go back to bed to rest. This is called the lazy break. You'll realize that you can maintain your circadian rhythm without losing the joy of life. As long as you can control occasional late nights, it won't be a significant issue. These are the key points about pre-sleep and post-sleep considerations. Summing it up, this book mainly shares information on how to utilize sleep as a powerful tool to improve our physical and mental well-being and overall life. It covers 3 aspects: creating a conducive sleep environment, understanding the R90 sleep method, and paying attention to pre-sleep and post-sleep considerations. Regarding the sleep environment, we learn about the circadian rhythm, which means living according to the sunrise and sunset, following our biological clock. To create an optimal sleeping environment, we need to carefully select a mattress that allows us to lie down like a fetus without using a pillow and choose one that aligns our head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Additionally, having a simple alarm clock or, even better, a simulated sunrise wake-up light can enhance the sleeping environment. Next, the book introduces the author's innovative R90 sleep plan, which uses 90-minute sleep cycles to arrange sleep time. On average, adults have 4 to 5 sleep cycles daily, totaling around 28 to 30 sleep cycles per week. The key is to determine your wake-up time and calculate a suitable bedtime based on your preferred sleep cycle. If you cannot sleep at the ideal time, you can adjust gradually through trial and error to gain control over your sleep and ultimately manage your life effectively. In the final part, the book focuses on some specific details about sleep, particularly the arrangements and utilization of the pre-sleep and post-sleep periods. Pre-sleep preparations involve tidying the room and preparing things for the next day. Writing down all inner thoughts allows us to let go of concerns and deal with them after waking up. The book also suggests using nasal strips and mouth tape to encourage breathing through the nose, which improves sleep quality. After waking up, it's recommended to avoid checking the phone immediately and instead engage in activities like listening to enjoyable audio programs to stimulate the brain. If you're on vacation, you can still follow your regular routine to maintain the circadian rhythm and then go back to sleep afterward without disrupting your life. The book provides essential knowledge about sleep, correcting common misconceptions, and highlights the critical role sleep plays in our lives, affecting our overall health and longevity. By mastering sleep, you gain control over your life, and forming good habits becomes effortless. Sleep comprises 1/3 of a person's lifetime. By being conscious during waking hours and managing the 24 hours of the day, we create value in our lives. Once habits are established, they become natural and effortless. The book concludes by thanking the listeners for their support and encouraging them to subscribe to the Tim Booker channel for audiobooks, as wisdom is worth sharing to create a better future. Thank you and goodbye.